So such problems you have to practice as far as your university exam is concerned. Such problems will be asked hardly for 1 or 2 marks. Okay, so to clear your concepts, such problems are there. It may possible that some of the part may be asked from this. It is not compulsion. We cannot give compulsion to university. What kind of problems it will be asked? Okay, so what is given, that is important. We have seen such type of problems you might be knowing. So today I am going to give fifth number assignment. Uh, Problems are similar, not same. So if you have understood these problems, you will solve that problems as well. If you are facing some problem, we will discuss in the class. I hope for the 4 assignments you have written. I am not asking. It doesn't mean that I am not going to ask. At the end, all the assignment complete notebook will be checked. So priority is given right now to syllabus completion, not to checking and etc. That will be checked. You just remember what such problems. Even in today's assignment, also I kept one problem, something like this: a stone is dropped into a well. Instead of well, I have given something vessel. And you same procedure you have to go for. So here we found the depth of well. In that problem, you were supposed to find depth of vessel. Same process, nothing else. Then this problem also we discussed in one lecture. That actually it was very lengthy problem, but to understand the concept, this one is important. These problems, it was given for homework. I hope you have solved this. Yesterday I have written the what answers, but it was not saved yesterday. Okay. Motion curve. Okay. It was having something. Someone was telling jerk. I discussed. It is also giving jerk. Jerk is nothing but I think integration of dv by dt. It is called jerk. What I searched. Is from the acceleration and time. If we are going to integrate dv by dt term, what we will get? Velocity, no? Sorry, da by dt. da upon dt च integration घेतलं तर काय मिळेल आपल्याला? Velocity in that it is called as jerk, like it is given. I googled it yesterday. So whatever you were telling, this term is also correct. It is giving jerk. Maybe in multiple choice question it may be asked. So it is only theoretical, nothing else is there in this. Further, online students, are you observing what it is there on the screen? Those who are online.
Yes, sir.
Online, are you observing?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
What it is there on the screen?
Relative velocity.
Relative velocity.
Okay. मी दिसायला लागलाय. मी काय करतो, कॅमेरा बंद करतो. Relative velocity. Yesterday we have discussed this. Relative velocity. Okay. It is nothing but difference. So for online students, I have to take this. For you, it may be a mere revision. This will take quickly. Relative velocity is nothing but difference. It is just a difference between motion. When two bodies are moving with respect to each other, then relative velocity will come into picture. Number one. Those who are online, for you, I have not taught this yesterday. For offline, I have taught this. Relative velocity. So two things we have to remember. If both the bodies will move in one direction, or we can say in same direction, then we have to subtract their velocities here. Relative velocity will be subtraction between them simply. And if the bodies are moving in opposite direction, then relative velocity will be what it will be?
Addition.
Relative velocity. It will be addition. So here you can see. So I will give directly highlight. If bodies are moving in same direction, then there will be subtraction. So here you can see subtraction. And if bodies are moving in same, we can say opposite direction, then there will be addition of the velocities. And what is this velocity? We have seen formula already. S is equal to Vt. And that V is nothing but here in this case, as two bodies are there, here we have to consider which type of velocity? Relative velocity. Okay, here we have to consider relative velocity. Are you with me? Those who are online?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this same formula, relative distance. Even in case of distance, also we can give. S is equal to Vt. Instead of only Vt, I will say Vr, relative velocity. And on this, we solved the two problems yesterday. We solved the two problems. So who will read problem just quickly? Those who are online, please. Yesterday, this problem we have solved. I will read. So So it will be a revision for offline. So what it is given, one I will solve here, one will be given for homework. Okay. A passenger train moving with velocity 72 km per hour overtakes goods train moving on a parallel path in same direction in 50 seconds. If the length of goods train is 260, determine the velocity of goods train. Is it correct? Problem statement. Something wrong was there yesterday. So there are two trains. Online students give attention. There are two trains. Okay. So which are they? Maybe length, maybe something. I don't know. Which is this? Let us say I will say first one is passenger. Okay, and another one is goods train. Okay, length is given for both. What is given? Let us find first. What it is given quickly. What it is given? Length of passenger train is given. How much?
200.
Okay, length of goods train is it given? Just check.
260 meters.
260.
260. Very good. 260. Velocity. What about velocity? 72 kilometer per hour. Whose velocity is there? Velocity of
Passenger.
okay. How much it is? 72 kilometer per hour. No. So if I want to convert it into where? Meter per second. What I have to do for this 72? I want to convert it into kilometer per hour to meter per second. What I have to do? Which factor?
5/18.
किलोमीटर पर आवर टू मीटर पर सेकंड म्हणजे मोठ्याकडून लहानाकडे चाललो म्हणजे 5/18 थंब रूल ना दिस इज नॉट फास्ट अँड व्हॉट वी कॅन से फास्ट हार्ड अँड फास्ट रूल इट विल बी मीटर पर सेकंड हाऊ मच इट इज जस्ट चेक वी माइट हैव कैलकुलेटेड इट 20
Yes, sir.
20 meter per second. Then it is necessary to find velocity of which train? Goods train. Okay, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Now, if you will see, we know simple formula for velocity. What is that? Or distance? S is equal to VT. But here there are two trains are there. So here we have to consider relative velocity. Is it correct? Here we have to
Yes, sir.
consider
Relative
relative velocity. It will be relative velocity. How it will be given difference? There are two trains. We have discussed the VP. I will say V passenger and V goods. Whether I have to take V, I will say VP minus VG or VG minus VP. कुठला difference घ्यायचा आता? Which difference we should take here? First or second? To calculate VR, relative velocity. Online. Those who are online quickly. Which difference I should take? Just read the problem statement. You will come to know that. Which difference I should take? Which is greater? Velocity of passenger will be greater or velocity of goods train will be greater? For that, you have to concentrate on this word. Huh? Roll number 5. श्वेता किचन मध्ये येतो भांड्यांचा आवाज यायला श्वेता ओके कुठं होतो आपण किचन मध्ये वेर relative velocity which we have to take whether velocity of passenger is greater or velocity of कोण ओव्हरटेक करते असं लिहिलंय प्रॉब्लेम स्टेटमेंट मध्ये पॅसेंजर ट्रेन ओव्हरटेक करते का गुड्स ट्रेन ओव्हरटेक करते
गुड
वाचा बरं जरा प्रॉब्लेम स्टेटमेंट काय म्हटलंय पॅसेंजर ट्रेन 200 मीटर लॉंग मुव्हिंग विथ वेलोसिटी ओव्हरटेक कोण म्हणताय ऋतुजा तुम्ही म्हणताय का गुड्स ट्रेन
येस सर
वाचा बरं प्रॉब्लेम स्टेटमेंट एकदा व्यवस्थित आणि सांगा कोण ओव्हरटेक करतोय पॅसेंजर का गुड्स ट्रेन
सर पॅसेंजर
ट्रेन मीन्स definitely here there will be काय असायला पाहिजे पॅसेंजर ट्रेनची व्हेलॉसिटी ही गुड्स ट्रेन पेक्षा काय असली पाहिजे बरोबर ना
Yes.
which difference we should take here then which difference now yes is displacement once they are going to overtake each other means we have to consider length of both we have to consider आपण दोन्हीची ही लेंथ कन्सिडर केली पाहिजे म्हणून काय लिहितो मी इथं एल ओके एल जी प्लस एल पी इक्वल टू काय लिहूया त्या डिफरन्स व्हीपी मायनस व्हीजी इंटू टाइम दिलाय का whether time is given
Yes, sir.
how much it is
50 seconds.
50 seconds so all the things are known to you 260 plus how much 200 vp is it given yes 20 minus vg असं सोडवलं का बघा into 50 no which implies directly now tell me what is value of vg हा vg किती झाला कॅल्क्युलेट करा बरं ऑनलाईन मधून कोण सांगतंय बघूया हा कॅल्क्युलेट व्हॅल्यू ऑफ व्हीजी कसं कॅल्क्युलेट करावं लागेल 460 डिवाइड बाय 50 मायनस 20 का 460 डिवाइड बाय 50 असंच आहे का किती येत आहे मग व्हीजी येते का नक्की हा कॅल्क्युलेटर काढा की कॅल्क्युलेटर काढा सगळेजण
Sir,
सांगा किती येते
460 divided by 50, 9.2 येते.
किती
9.2.
9.2 येते.
9.2
Yes, sir. हो sir.
शुअर मला ह्याचंही सिम्प्लिफिकेशन करावं लागतंय का मग ओके व्हीजी किती आलाय सांगा इथं हा ठीक आहे फायनल सांगता तुम्ही 10.8 व्हीजी किती येते इथं
10.8
किती आलं
VG
सांगा?
येते.
10.8.
10.8.
मला या इक्वेशन वरून व्हीजी किती आला सांगा 10.8
10.8.
मीटर पर सेकंद आपण कशामध्ये केलं याला कन्वर्ट मीटर पर सेकंद ना हे मीटर
हा.
पर सेकंद मध्ये येईल आणि जर याला तुम्हाला किलोमीटर पर आवर करायचं असेल तर काय करावं लागेल 18 इंटू डिवाइड बाय 5 याला 18 न मल्टिपल करायचं आणि 5 ने डिवाइड करायचं किती 38.88 किलोमीटर पर आवर व्हीजी अलग लक्षात
Yes, sir.
ओके कॅमेरा पण थांबा ना जागेला काय बरोबर प्रॉब्लेम ओके हॅव यू अंडरस्टूड दिस लक्षात आलं का हे
Yes, sir.
So one problem for you as a homework online. Tomorrow I will ask answer those who are online. Just take the screenshot and you try to solve this. It is very simple. This tomorrow I am going to ask you this. What is the solution of this problem? Okay, this we will not waste time now. Okay. आपण हा सोडवलाय ऑफलाईन वाले सोडवलाय okay it will be homework for online students have you taken this so shall I read quickly two trains A and B are moving on a parallel track in opposite direction you have to consider of course opposite next one velocity of A is twice that of B it means VA equal to twice VB okay they take how much 18 seconds okay to pass each other determine their velocities given that what is also given L A how much it is given
240.
240 meter How much LB is given?
300 meter.
300 meter. Anything? And what it is asked to find?
Velocities.
To find velocity. Velocity A is equal to how much? Velocity B equal to how much? Okay, simple. So here no any velocity is given, but it is relation between their velocities is given. It is very simple. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Next, so you try to solve this problem. It is very simple, and such problem will be there in your exam. Such problems will be there. Keep in mind. It will not be there that problem statement is lengthy, etc. It is not the case. So such problems will be there in your exam. Application of mind, what it is given, what it is necessary to find is required. Okay. So today, one different problem we will take. Third problem. If you have taken this screenshot, third. Next problem. Different. We are trying to cover variety of problems. Such problems you will find. It is actually very simple, but one variety may be there. The motion of a particle is defined by S is equal to t cube minus 60 square minus 36t minus 40, where S is in meters, t is in seconds. Determine time when the velocity is 0, the velocity, acceleration and distance traveled when x is equal to 0. Okay, try to just see what it is given. ट्यूब बंद करता येईल का ओंकार? करा बरं जरा बंद ट्यूब. Because camera is must again. थांबा इथं मग वेट एक लावा. Okay. Okay. So what is the difference in this problem? What it is given? Displacement. What it is the difference in this problem? So can we say it as an expression or equation? Displacement is given in terms of time, we can say. Is it correct? So what we have to call it? Call this expression or equation? Equation. What is the difference between equation and expression? Huh? Mathematics question. X minus 2x काय तर असेल suppose to equal to 0. हे काय आहे? Equation. Equality sign. And if it is expression, then it may be simple like this: x minus x minus 3. Expression. ते कशात तरी express केलेला आहे in terms of x, suppose. So forget about it. That is not our. What it is there? What it is given in the problem statement now? So S is equal to displacement is given in terms of time t cube minus 6 t square minus 36t minus 4t. Is it correct? Okay. What it is asked to find? Are you with me? Those who are online.
Yes.
What it is
Yes,
asked?
sir.
First thing, velocity is asked. Okay, how much is the velocity? Further things are there. Still, we will see. If displacement is given in terms of yes, so we know velocity is equal to what? V is equal to. Okay, we know V is equal to ds upon dt. No, so we know now. Only we have to take derivative, nothing else. Take the derivative. What will be that? I think 3t square minus 12t minus 36. Okay. What it is asked first? Time when velocity is zero. येतंय का लक्षात बघा? Time when the velocity is zero means this expression or this expression this much. याचा intentionally expression म्हणतोय बघा इथे. This much expression we have to equate with whom? With zero. Therefore, 3t square minus 12t minus 36 equal to 0. Why I have equated with 0? I equate केलं. Because in first our problem it is asked calculate or determine time when the velocity is 0. When the velocity is 0. Are you with me? Then you can solve either by using calculator or by your, or you can use calculator. Calculator is there, you can use. How many values will be there for t in this equation? 2 will be there because it is quadratic equation. 6. And another one is minus 2. 6 and minus 2. So time, whether time will be negative. Time negative असतो का?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So time cannot be negative. So we can write here time is equal to 6 seconds when velocity is 0. When velocity is 0. Okay. तो फैन कमी करेंगे थोड़ा. Yes, पाहिजे बरं का. Yes, पाहिजे. Yes. Yes. When s is equal to 0. Next now. What it is asked the next second? The velocity, acceleration, and distance traveled when s is equal to 0. काय करावं लागेल बघा बरं आता. हा. The velocity, acceleration, and distance traveled when s is equal to 0. यसच म्हणायचं असेल ना तिथं. Earlier there was a x. काय करावं लागेल बघा बरं आता. Application of mind. काय करायचं सांगा. First thing we have solved. Next one, what we have to do now? what we have to do? हा, काय करावं लागेल? काय चाललंय कळतंय ना? नक्की काय करायचं सांगा बरं आता मग. असेच प्रॉब्लेम असणार युनिव्हर्सिटी एक्झामला. त्याच्यामुळे कॅल्क्युलेटर मोबाईल विसरला तर चालेल, कॅल्क्युलेटर विसरायचं ना. ऍटलीस्ट फॉर आवर लेक्चर. विदाउट कॅल्क्युलेटर नथिंग विल हॅपन. हा, I will check whether it is time or yes itself. T is the T. It is not yes. When T is equal to 0, maybe in problem statement, I don't know. When time is 0. काय म्हणता आता? इथे T आहे बरं काय? Sorry. Next. Now what you have to say now? We want to find velocity when T is equal to 0. We know. What is that? V is equal to ds upon dt, no? असं करूया की डायरेक्ट. त्याला इक्वेट टू 0. त्याच्यामध्ये काय करायचं? टी ची व्हॅल्यू 0 ठेवायची. ऍज सिम्पल ऍज दिस. येतंय का लक्षात? काय करतो मी? Velocity I know. ds upon dt. So yes, we know. Yes expression. This t cube minus 6t square minus 36t minus 4t. So just I have to take derivative of this. What is the derivative? We have taken, I think, already. 3t square minus 12t minus 36. Okay. Now velocity at t is equal to 0 we want to find. मग काय करायचं त्याच्यामध्ये t ची किंमत किती ठेवणार? 0, as simple as this. So v is equal to किती येईल मग? Or I will write here one sentence. At t is equal to 0, v is equal to minus 36. Directly these two terms will become 0, so it will be minus 36 unit. Can we say yes, meter per second, because it is mentioned. Time is in second and yes is in meter, so meter per second. Similarly, what will be that? Acceleration, no? Acceleration म्हणजे काय? A is equal to dv by dt. Ha. What will be the derivative of this? I will ask to. कोण सांगताय? कापरे आले नाहीत का? 35 तुम्ही इथं आहे का? तुम्ही नवरे आहेत? पवार, जगदाळे 34 येतात का? येतात. जगदाळे.
येस सर.
डेरिव्हेटिव्ह सांगा. एक्सेलरेशनचा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह. आय वॉन्ट एक्सेलरेशन डेरिव्हेटिव्ह. व्हॉट विल बी डेरिव्हेटिव्ह? Means this term we have to once again go for derivation of this. 3t square minus 12t minus 36. त्याचा derivative सांगा. Acceleration is equal to dv by dt. How much it?
सेकंड डेरिव्हेटिव्ह का सर?
सांगता येतो का डेरिव्हेटिव्ह?
व्हॅलोसिटीचं सेकंड डेरिव्हेटिव्ह सर.
सेकंड डेरिव्हेटिव्ह म्हणा.
60 minus 12.
Very good. 60 minus 12. What we want to find? At t is equal to how much? At t is equal to A is equal to how much? Minus 12.
Yes, sir.
Minus 12. At velocity we found, acceleration we found, distance traveled. Once again, at what we can say, t is equal to 0. What will be the distance? S is equal to minus 40 directly. लक्षात येते का नाही? टी क्यूब minus 6t square minus 36t minus 4t. याच्यामध्ये काय करायचं आपल्याला? We have to put value of t is equal to 0. So what will be it? Minus 4t. What will be the unit? Meter per second? Meter, no? Meter. Okay, this will be our one answer. Here it is another one. Simple. Huh? Again, here it is another one. Where it is? This, no? Are you with me? Those who are online, 35 students are there. Huh? Have you understood this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, displacement is given in terms of time. So, you can find the remaining terms. Only you have to take derivative, nothing else. Understood? So, try to prepare for such problems. It will be there in your exam, definitely. Understood this? Shall we go next?
Yes, sir.
Sita, काय झालंय हे? Nihal? Have you written this? Yeah, first ले. So that types are already over. So we will go for angular motion. You might have heard this word, angular motion. Is it? Have you heard this word? You might have. Okay, you might have heard this angular motion. Till now we were discussing linear motion. आपण आतापर्यंत linear motion discuss करत होतो. We will see now angular motion. Okay. If you have understood linear motion thoroughly, you will understand angular motion very easily. लगेच समजेल काय आहे. Because we are going to compare. Comparative matter we will see. First, just you can put title as angular motion. Then we will see. So what is angular motion? So linear motion, when we have to say a body is in motion, likewise we have discussed when we have to say body is in motion. Long back we have discussed at the beginning of this chapter. If body will change its position with respect to what? With respect to time. With respect to time, if body will change its position, then we have to say body is in motion. On the other hand, now angular motion. What is angular motion? Circular, you can say circular. Body is going to move now in circular fashion. So it is called as angular motion, or along the circumference of circle, or it is also called as, or it will move along the circumference of circle or around one particular point, or it is also called as around the axis of rotation. This body is going to move. Can we give? Is it possible for you to give example of this? Any example? Hmm? Example. दोरीला दगड बांधून फिरवला. Okay. Okay, that will be the example again, huh? Example, those who are online for you also. Can we give example? Quickly, fast, don't waste time. Example of this angular motion. So I have told, when we have to say bodies in linear motion, once it is going to move from one place to other place with respect to time. On the other hand, when we have to say bodies in angular motion, body is going to rotate, I will say, around one particular point along the circumference of circle. It is called as angular motion. Okay. Wheel up to wheeler. Okay. Any more? Many more examples will be there. Many more. Even rotation of Earth can be an example of angular motion again. So here, just I will say here for your information, just what I will do. In this way, we will discuss linear and angular. One side linear, another side angular. Now, in linear motion, we were giving displacement by what symbol? कशाने दाखवत होतो आपण displacement? Online student, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In linear motion, by what notation we were showing the displacement?
Yes.
By notation.
Yes.
Yes. So here in angular motion, we will show when we have to say bodies in motion, that will be in theta. So here it is there. You can see theta. Is it correct? So theta. We can say angular displacement. Angular displacement, in which unit it will be measured, are you knowing? It is angle. Angular displacement is nothing but angle only. So displacement we were measuring in meter. So here angle will be measured in radian. Angle will be measured in radian. Okay. So we were discussing here different parameter. Yes. Y for U? Initial velocity. Okay. Initial velocity, which was in meter per second. So here which notation you were using? Omega. Omega. So here we will say omega 0 and omega. So I will say initial or angular velocity. What will be the unit of that? Radian per second. Okay. Then this is over. Then V. V is what? Final velocity. Final velocity, which is again meter per second. And here omega. Here omega 0 and omega. Final angular velocity. We will say. Final angular velocity. Again, it will be in radian per second. Next, yes, again acceleration. Acceleration. कशामध्ये असतं acceleration आपलं? Linear velocity मध्ये meter per second square. And here what was the notation?
Alpha.
Alpha. So what will be the? I will say angular acceleration. Angular acceleration. So what will be the unit of that? Radian per second square. Anything more? Time is time. Time is not going to change. Here also t, or we can say time. Time taken by object. I will say time. Anything more term? Just we are comparing, nothing else. Time. It is again in seconds. So basic equation of linear motion we have seen. Which was that? S is equal to Vt. Basic equation we have seen. S is equal to Vt. So here how displacement will be given? What is the notation of angular displacement? theta. How theta will be given here? Just you have to compare. It is very simple.
Omega T.
Compare only. Huh? Omega t.
Yep.
Okay, omega t. It will be omega into t. No issue. Just we are comparing, nothing else. Theta is equal to omega into t. One more thing here. Suppose one object is rotated through one complete revolution. Now we have seen while velocity is given, either it will be given in kilometer per hour, and how we have converted that kilometer per hour into meter per second. So whatever factor we got. So here revolutions will be given in in this angular motion. Object is going to revolve. It is going to have revolutions. So it will be given in RPM. RPM, revolution per m for
Minute.
revolution per minute. So revolution per minute. For your information, I will write revolution per minute. So it is necessary to convert it into our regular RPM. Is this is velocity. We can say rotations. I will say. So it is necessary to convert it into radian per second. So whatever it is given, it is necessary to convert radian per second. So which factor we have to go for here? So suppose 1 RPM, I will say 1 RPM is equal to एका रेव्होल्यूशन मधून जर एखादा ऑब्जेक्ट रोटेट झालं तर किती अँगल मधून म्हणायचं इन टर्म्स ऑफ रेडियन? हा, 1 revolution means 1 complete rotation of the object. If object is going to rotate, so 1 complete rotation. So how many radian it is rotated? ऐकला का हा शब्द रेडियन? सांगा किती मधून?
2 pi.
2 pi. It will be 2 pi. So 1 revolution is equal to, can I say 2 pi radian? एक revolution म्हणजे 2 pi radian होतात. ठीक आहे. आणि सेकंड मिनिट इंटू सेकंड काय करावं लागेल? एका मिनिट मध्ये किती सेकंद असतात?
60.
एका मिनिट मध्ये किती सेकंद असतात? किती? मला येते का नाही बघताय का? 60. In 1 minute there are 60 seconds. So this will be our multiplication factor. In case of while converting RPM into radian per second. Radian per second कशाच युनिट आहे? कशाच युनिट आहे? हा, कसल्या velocity? Angular velocity. It is the unit of angular velocity. ओके, तर कंपॅरिझन लक्षात आलं. आपण कम्पेअर करत शिकायला लागलो. हेच जर मी शिकवायला लागलो तर तुम्हाला काहीच कळणार नाही इकल्या टर्म. That's why I am just comparing. In case of linear displacement was yes. Here it is theta. Initial velocity u. Here w0, where not w, omega 0, v, omega a, alpha t t. This simple equation. Now, equations of motion, very simple. Actually, here derivations, etc. That part is not necessary. Equations of, I will say, motion. Shall I write here? Equations of motions or motion. एक motion असते ना? Motion. Number 1. Comparative type again. Which was the first equation of motion? V is equal to u plus at. चला मी असंच करतो आहे. Number 1. इकडे काय येईल? कोण सांगते? V म्हणजे काय आहे? ओंकार सांगा बरं, इथं काय येईल बघू आता. कम्पेअर करायचं आहे फक्त, वेगळं काहीच करायचं. कम्पेअर करायचं. V म्हणजे काय म्हणलं आपण वरती? ओमेगा. ओमेगा इज इक्वल टू यू म्हणजे काय? इनिशियल अँग्युलर व्हेलॉसिटी ओमेगा 0 प्लस ए म्हणजे काय? इकडं अँग्युलर एक्सेलरेशन बाय व्हॉट नोटेशन वी आर गोइंग टू शो? अल्फा अँड टाइम. मला इक्वेशन हे पहिलं. second equation. What is the second equation? S is equal to, तेच आहे ना second आपलं, ut plus 1/2 at square, 1/2 at square. Similarly here, what will be that? S म्हणजे काय आहे आता आपल्या अँग्युलर मोशन मध्ये? थिटा. थिटाचं युनिट काय असते हो? रेडियन. थिटा इज इक्वल टू यू इज स्टँड्स फॉर, इकडे काय आहे आपलं? ओमेगा 0. टाइम इज टी, नथिंग. प्लस what is this 1/2? A instead of acceleration here, angular acceleration, alpha t square. आलं लक्षात? एनी प्रॉब्लेम? नेक्स्ट थर्ड इक्वेशन. कुठला थर्ड इक्वेशन आपल्या लिनियर मोशन मध्ये?
v square is equal to u square plus 2as.
v square is equal to u square plus twice as. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Same equation. Just you have to compare. What is v here in case of angular motion? Omega square equal to plus 2 alpha theta. Finish. Actually, there are many more derivations, etc. Not necessary. So you can compare if you have understood this linear motion. If you have understood this linear motion, you can compare with it angular motion. Any problem? Any problem? कसं लक्षात आलं हे? So you can note down this equations of motion. Here also I will write equations of motion. You should understand this from where it came. If I will say directly these equations, then you will get confused. From where it came, that's why I have written this side. So equation of motion. Here also I will write. So comparative way, I think it will be better to understand. If we will compare these two equations, then it is very simple to. Then it is very simple to understand how it is. So these are the equations of motion. Just note down this. I will note it down these equations. Hello. Have you noted down these equations?
Sir, only
Yes,
one
sir.
minute.
You can note. It is very simple if you understand linear equations. Equations. It is very simple. Equations of motion or linear as well as angular. So these three equations are important. I will make curly bracket to it. Actually, this is our target to understand or to know these equations. This I will write here. Huh? Don't you don't write anything. I have time, so I will write equations of angular motion. Equations of if I will ask which are the equations of angular motion, is it possible for you to tell? Likewise, v is equal to u plus at, s is equal to ut plus 1 half at square, v square is equal to u square plus twice as. Is it possible to tell these equations of motion for angular motion in one stroke? Is it possible? नाही सांगता येणार आहे. हा लक्षात आलं का हे? कळालं हे कसं आलं हे कुठून आलं हे इक्वेशन्स? If you have understood these three equations, there are certain problems on this, nothing else. We will solve one or two problems depending upon this. Comparative method, कळालं का? सर्व ते काय नव्हतं? सर्व गोड ना? Omega is equal to omega 0 plus alpha t. Theta is equal to omega 0 t plus 1 half alpha t square. On this also there will be one or two questions in your exam. Let us see. Is it possible to solve the problem number 1 from angular motion? बघा बरं. Try to read. If you are on mobile, you can take screenshot. If not, you can. Who will read this problem? Not observing total. Okay. Anyone want to read? Those who are online. Anyone want to read?
Can I, sir? Hmm? Who want to read this problem statement? Nobody wants. Can I, sir?
Go ahead. Who is there? Ajinkya. Okay. Is it
Wheel,
Ajinkya or? Okay. Continue.
a wheel rotating about a fixed axis as 20 revolutions per minute in uniformly accelerated form for 70 seconds, during which it takes 50 revolutions. Find the angular velocity at the end of this interval and time required for the velocity to reach 100 revolutions per minute.
Okay. Good. Terminology you may feel something different. Actually, it is parallel to, I will say parallel to linear motion, but sometimes you may feel because what it is, there is one rotating wheel about a fixed axis as 20 revolution per minute. Okay, is uniformly accelerated for 70 seconds, during which it makes 50 revolutions. Find the angular velocity at the end of this interval and time required for the velocity to reach 100 revolutions per minute. Try to understand first what it is given. काय दिलंय ते पहिल्यांदा सांगा बरं भाऊ, काय दिलंय? Let me know who will explain what it is given. What it is given in the problem statement. There is a one wheel which is rotating. Okay. Now unit also you have to say a unit. What this is 20 revolution per minute, 20 RPM, omega or omega 0. Omega or omega 0? What is that online?
Omega
What is
0.
20?
Omega.
Omega 0? Very good. It is omega 0. Because initially it is making like this, it is told. So, shall I write here given? I will write here given. Okay. So, omega 0 is equal to how much? Revolutions per minute means
20
RPM.
per meter.
RPM. How we have to convert this? Millimeter. How we have to convert this 20 RPM into radian per second? त्याला कसं कन्वर्ट करायचं सांगितलं मी जस्ट नाव 20 into what is multiplication factor
2 pi by 60.
2 by 2 pi divided by 60, which will be in radian per
second.
second. So how much it will be? Just check. 3 pi into something. Just check how much it is. How much it is? ते झालं पुढं सांगा हे किती येतं 4 divided by 6 0.33 into point 0. किती येत आहे 2.09. I will check that just a minute.
2.09.
2.09.
2.09.
2.09. 2.09. मग इथे युनिट काय येत असणार आहे 2.09 radian per second. Radian per second. Okay, next. What it is given next? समजून घ्या प्रॉब्लेम काय पुढे काय दिलंय बघा बरं युनिफॉर्मली ऍक्सेलरेटेड फॉर 70 seconds. 70 seconds काय what is 70 seconds time 70 seconds. What is that 50 revolutions? What is that 50 revolution? Revolutions दिलेत म्हणजे थिटा दिलाय का तो because here angular motion will be in terms of or angular displacement will be in terms of revolution, in terms of revolutions. कारण ऑब्जेक्ट कसं रिव्हॉल्व झालेलं आहे सर्क्युलर मग तो इन टर्म्स ऑफ रिव्होल्यूशन दिलाय एक रिव्होल्यूशन म्हणजे किती मी त्याला 2 पाय मल्टिपल करायचं रेडियन मध्ये 50 रिव्होल्यूशन एक रिव्होल्यूशन म्हणजे किती असतंय आपलं 2 पाय ना 2 पाय अँड इट विल बी आता 2 पाय मल्टिपल केल्यामुळे काय येईल याचं रेडियन किती येतंय किती
314.
314
4.1.
314 परत वर 4 पॉइंट
1.5.
okay 0.15 okay radian okay again what it is given ut yes is equal to ut plus 1/2 at square just check what we want to find आपल्याला That also we will write. What we are supposed to find? Angular velocity at the end of this interval means what? एवढा टाइम झाल्यानंतर अँग्युलर व्हेलॉसिटी म्हणजे काय नोटेशन आहे हो आपलं?
Omega.
Yes, ओमेगा करेक्ट. नेक्स्ट आणि काय म्हणले? टाइम रिक्वायर्ड. सेकंड थिंग काय म्हटलंय? टाइम रिक्वायर्ड टी और 100 रिव्होल्यूशन पर मिनिट. म्हणजे टी फॉर ज्यावेळी ओमेगा शेवटचा तो किती होईल? रिव्होल्यूशन युनिट वरनं सुद्धा कळतंय काय आहे ते. 100 रिव्होल्यूशन पर मिनिट म्हणलं. इज इट डिस्प्लेसमेंट और व्हेलॉसिटी? व्हेलॉसिटी. इट विल बी व्हेलॉसिटी. आय विल से 100 आरपीएम साठी विचारलंय. पहिलं बघूया आता. पहिलं व्हॉट वी वेर डुईंग इन लिनियर मोशन. आपण लिनियर मोशन मध्ये काय करायचो? इररिस्पेक्टिव्ह ऑफ what it is given and what it is asked, काय करत होतो आपण? Equations लिहायचो. So here we will write equations and then we will see which we can apply. Equations of angular motion. Is it possible for you to write directly or you are going to take help of linear motion? V is equal to u plus at, no? So V means W here. Equal to u means w0 omega 0 plus at means alpha t. Okay, which was second equation? S is equal to ut plus 1 half at square means theta is equal to
Omega 0.
is equal to omega 0 t plus
Half alpha t square.
alpha t square. Very good. And third one is omega square equal to
Omega
zero.
Omega 0 square.
omega 0 square plus
2 alpha theta.
Alpha.
2 alpha
Theta.
Theta.
theta. Now you can apply the mind which things you are knowing and you can which find. Now see the equations now which I have written here. 3 equations. Just check which we can apply and we can find. Is it possible to apply first one? First one? Yes. Whether we are knowing alpha? In first equation there is alpha. So whether we are knowing alpha to apply the first one. Omega is equal to omega 0 plus alpha t. Whether we are knowing alpha. माहिती आहे का आपल्याला अल्फा? काय करायचं आता? So in that way you will say alpha is there in each and every equation. असं पण होऊ शकते ना? आहे का? सगळ्याच इक्वेशन मध्ये अल्फा आहे. मग सगळेच वापरायचे नाहीत. Yes, it is necessary to find alpha first. कुठल्या इक्वेशन मधून? पहिल्या इक्वेशन मधून अल्फा फाइंड आउट करू शकेल तेव्हा आपण.
सेकंड इक्वेशन
But there will be two. Yes, in first equation there will be two unknowns. We can't use first. Second, just check second whether theta is known. Yes, omega 0 is known, t is known. And then which is unknown in second equation? Alpha. So let's find alpha. take लक्षात काय चाललंय?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go. To find alpha. हे लिहून घेतल्याशिवाय समजलं का आपल्याला आपण कुठलं वापरू शकत नाही किंवा वापरू शकतो. That's why we should write first equations. To find alpha, I will write here use theta equal to plus 1/2 alpha t square. Okay. What is theta in radian? 314.15 equal to what is omega 0? 2.09 into what is time? 70 seconds plus 1/2 into alpha. We are necessary to find that into t square means 70 square. From this, find the alpha. No, I will not simplify this. You should find the alpha and you should tell me what is alpha from this equation. Try to find it. Let me know who is going to tell answer of alpha. What will be the unit of alpha and what will be the value of alpha? Try to find alpha. Huh? Yes. How much it is? 0.0683, more precise. Radian per second. Radian per second square. Radian per second square. Alpha मिळाला आता. What we want to find? Omega. We got alpha. So just check. Have you got? If not, we got alpha on the screen. बाकीच्यांसाठी ज्यांनी कॅल्क्युलेशन केलं नाही त्यांच्यासाठी अल्फा कुठं आहे स्क्रीन वरती आहे नोट डाऊन करा अल्फा इज इक्वल टू 0.0683683 रेडियन पर सेकंड स्क्वेअर नाउ यू कॅन गो टू अगेन इक्वेशन्स 1 2 3 and to find omega, what we can do here now? Again, I will write more precisely. To find omega, I will write use. Which equation we are going to use? Omega is equal to omega 0 plus alpha t. Can we use this equation? Can we use this equation?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. Therefore, omega is equal to omega 0. How much it is omega 0? 2.09 plus alpha is known. How much it is? 0.683 into time 70. Therefore, omega is equal to 6.85. Any other answer? Just check from this now. Check how much it is.
6.87.
6 point 85. 6.80.
87.
Okay, okay. Which digit you tell me? What is that? How much it is?
6.87.
6.871.
871. 871.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
871. Okay, 871. Okay, okay, no issue. 6 point something. 6.8 up to there it is common, no issue. 6.871. What will be unit of this? Radian per second. This will be our one answer. म्हणजे काय केलं आपण linear motion. If you compare with the linear motion, what is this? Final velocity. If we compare with our linear motion, then it is final velocity. Next, now what it is asked? Just check. पुढचा बघा आता सेकंड रोमन सेकंड टाइम रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द व्हेलॉसिटी टू रीच 100 रिव्होल्यूशन पर मिनिट बघा बरं आता
Sir?
काय करायचं अजून हा
सर ते टू फाइंड खाली अल्फाची व्हॅल्यू चुकीची लिहिल्या.
कशाच्या खाली म्हणतात?
ओमेगा
कुठं वाच-
ओमेगा find केला ना त्याच्यावर.
हा 10 is missed no? Sorry. Here.
येस सर.
Okay. Sorry. Here, no? Means it is here one more 0 is required, no? Something. Is it correct now? Just check. 0.0686.
Yes,
Ha,
sir.
second part now. Yes, good. Okay. Next now, second, I will say Roman 2. What it is asked in this? इथं काय विचारलंय? कोण सांगतंय बघूया आता. असं का व्हायला लागलं हे? Who will tell this now? The time required for the velocity to reach 100 revolution per minute. 100 revolution per minute. Unit वरून काय समजते? What is this 100? Is it acceleration, velocity, or angular displacement? काय आहे हे?
Angular
velocity.
Angular velocity आहे. आणि काय म्हणलं आपल्याला? Calculate find or calculate time or find the time to required to reach up to that velocity. म्हणजे असं म्हणूया का आपण की फायनल व्हेलॉसिटी एवढी होईपर्यंत टाइम किती लागेल असं विचारलेलं आहे. सिंपल. ठीक आहे. फॉर इथं म्हणतो मी फॉर W is equal to not W, sorry, omega is equal to 100 RPM, no? How to convert that RPM into 100 into 2 pi divided by 60. That will be in calculate करा बरं किती येतंय. Or shall I write here? Means what it is asked to get final angular velocity 100 revolution per minute. How much time it will take? Like this it is asked. So I will write here for omega equal to 100 RPM. This will be final angular velocity. So that is equal to 100 into 2 pi upon 60. Convert it into radian and just check. Radian per second. किती ते सांगा बरं.
10.46.
10.46.
Radian per second. And for this time is how much? Means we know. Now which equation we should use now?
First equation.
Yes, we can use first equation. Omega, we know. Omega 0, we know. How much it is omega 0? First initial angular velocity. It is also known. Alpha, whether alpha is known, angular acceleration. So here I will write use omega is equal to omega 0 plus alpha t. Omega value we know. 10 into 47 equal to 2.09 plus alpha, how much value? 0.06.
Yes.
83 into t. From this calculate t and tell me how much. Let me know your answer. How much time it will take to reach 100 revolutions per minute? You can tell in seconds, no? Second किती येते सांगा. 1 2 3 1 2 3. Yes, 122.49 means 1 2 3. Exactly, you can tell how much it is. Calculate and tell me how much it is.
122.69.
2.69.
What?
122.69.
122.69.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
69 seconds. Okay. So approximately we can say 122 means 123 we can say 123. Or you can convert it into minutes as well. How many minutes it will come? 2 minutes, 3 seconds or 2 seconds. If you want to convert it into minute, so 122.49 is correct. Hmm? 122.69 somebody has told the answer. So your answer is C. तुमचं किती आलंय नक्की एवढं कसं काय अॅक्युरेट येईल सगळ्यांचं नक्की आलंय ना आणा बरं इकडं नोटबुक सुतार का काय ना सुतार ना आणा बरं सेम आलं इकडून आहे की चालू आहे ना प्रतीक काय समजतंय ना नक्की पहिली वय आहे का दुसरी आहे का दुसरी पहिली कुठं मग का मोबाईल मध्ये स्क्रीनशॉट नाही ना 12वीला कुठं होता तुम्ही ओके आय विल चेकअप करो गुड understood comparison is important comparison how you are going to compare nothing else very simple if you know these equations only you have to compare shall we go next हे बघा बरं काय झालं आता नेक्स्ट just read the problem let us see who is going to read hmm? 3t square है it is 3t square okay the rotation of a flywheel is governed by the equation omega is equal to 3t square minus 2t plus 2 whether it will be omega or theta where omega is in radian per second okay omega is in radian per second and t is in second after 1 second from the start the angular displacement was 4 radians after 1 second angular displacement was 4 radians determine the angular displacement angular velocity and regular acceleration or regular or angular it should be angular huh? regular and irregular acceleration angular acceleration where when t is equal to 3 seconds try to read first okay so what it is given we will see one by one so omega it is given 3t square minus 2t plus 2 3t square minus 2t plus 2 we will see how we can go for it are you with me online students
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
okay are you observing problem statement are you observing problem statement
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
okay So angular motion we are studying. Linear motion, many more problems we solved. Here now we are observing or we are solving. Do you know flywheel? Have you heard the word flywheel? It may not be because just you are in first year. Flywheel. Uh, have you came across this word flywheel? Actually, it is there in case of mechanical engineering. Okay, flywheel means what? It is something like battery. What is the function of battery? Electrical battery. Store energy. Which type of energy? Electronic. Okay. It stores chemical energy. Similarly, it is also stores energy. It is one of the component which store energy. But we can say simply mechanical energy. It is there in case of engines. You cannot understand what is this. You can remember it is used to store energy and used whenever it is required. त्याच्यासाठी हे असते flywheel. So if you'll say it is there in our engine, जर टू व्हीलर मध्ये बघितला तर त्याच्यामध्ये flywheel असते. So not necessary to understand what it is because we are not interested in flywheel. What is flywheel? Okay, forget about it. Coming back to the problem statement, who will guide me what to do? The rotation of flywheel is governed by the equation this, okay, where omega is in radian per second, t is in seconds. After 1 second from the start, angular displacement was 4 radian. म्हणजे काय हो? After 1 second from the start. आता ह्या स्टेटमेंट मधून काय लिहू शकतो आपण? After 1 second from the start, the angular displacement was 4 radian. What does it mean? When or after म्हणू, we will write after. After 1 second, when t is or we cannot say blindly. When t is equal to 1, for t is equal to 1 second, what is angular displacement? By what notation we are giving angular displacement?
Theta.
Theta is equal to 4 radian. So how much? 4 radian means 4 into 2 pi. How much it is? Just check.
25.12.
25.12.
12.
30. Huh?
Yes, sir.
30.
Yes, sir. 25.30.
Okay. 30 or 13.
13.
Okay, good. No issue. Okay. Next, determine the angular displacement. Determine the angular displacement means theta. Angular velocity means omega, and angular acceleration alpha when t is equal to 3 seconds. काय करावं लागेल बघा बरं. काय म्हणतात? सॉरी गुड. तुम्हाला समजतंय का नाही बघितलं? ओके, इट वॉज गिवन इन रेडियन ओनली. कुणी काढली शंका? गुड. कुणाच्या लक्षात आलं हे? बिकॉज इट इज गिवन इन रेडियन ओनली ना. It is given in radian, sorry. It is not given in revolution. Once we are finding the mistakes of teacher, we feel proud. Okay, it's a good thing. It's not like that, but it's a good thing. Don't take. Is it correct? No, radian.
Yes, sir.
Coming
4
back.
radians.
Yes, it is given for radian only. No issue. Next now, what we can do now? From the given, काय करावं लागेल हो आता? एक कंडिशन दिले, either we can go for integration or derivative. Let us take equation number 1. आता दिलंय काय आपल्याला, थिटा थिटा अँग्युलर डिस्प्लेसमेंट दिला. मग या इक्वेशन वरून आपण थिटा कडे जाऊ शकतो का? मे बी राईट हँड साइड और लेफ्ट हँड साइड, आयदर बाय डेरिव्हेटिव्ह और इंटिग्रेशन. हा कसं करायचं मग? ओमेगा, कॅन वी राईट ओमेगा इन टर्म्स ऑफ थिटा? हाऊ? ओमेगा मीन्स व्हॉट? मीन्स असं लिहू शकतो का? ऍज, आता हे आपल्याला माहिती आहे असं लिहायला लागलो मी, ऍज वी नो असं लिहित नाही मी, पण असं आहे का हो? ओमेगा इज इक्वल टू डी थिटा बाय डी टी. इज इट करेक्ट? असंच आहे का? हे काय थिटा म्हणजे काय? अँग्युलर डिस्प्लेसमेंट. रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ अँग्युलर डिस्प्लेसमेंट विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू टाइम इज नथिंग बट अँग्युलर व्हेलॉसिटी. जसं की आपण तुमच्या माहितीसाठी लिहू का इथं आपण याच्यामध्ये काय लिहितो, लिनियर व्हेलॉसिटी मध्ये हे इक्वेशन कसं लिहितो? v इज इक्वल टू ds बाय dt. हे तर माहिती आपल्या असंच असते ना, s म्हणजे थिटा, v म्हणजे ds. ओके, so if we'll put this in equation 1, or we will write from equation 1, let us put here value of omega. So what will be that? d theta divided by dt equal to 3t square minus 2t plus 2. या t ला आपण इकडे आणूया, म्हणजे काय होईल? therefore d theta equal to, so into bracket 3t square minus 2t plus 2 into dt. So if we integrate both sides, shall I write here integrating both sides? Integrating both sides only, yeah? So what will be that integration? Both sides I will say. Integration of, leave it direct. Integration असंच असते ना, 3t square minus 2t plus 2 with respect to dt. इथं इकडे काय येईल? 1 असते ना, काय नसते, म्हणजे असंच ना, म्हणजे काय? थिटा. So here there will be theta equal to, कसं असते सांगा आता मला माहिती. म्हणजे काय करायचं ते, काय म्हणतात ते, न्यूमरेटर काय म्हणायचं त्याला? एक ने वाढवायचे आणि त्याने डिवाइड करायचं काय? म्हणजे काय येणार? टी क्यूब येणार काय? व्हेरी गुड. 3 कॅन्सल होईल ना नंतर, म्हणजे डायरेक्ट लिहितो टी क्यूब येणार ना. व्हेरी गुड. मायनस परत हे 2 कॅन्सल होईल, म्हणजे टी स्क्वेअर. हे तर समजतंय का? मला समजते म्हणजे तुम्हाला कळतंय. परत इथं काय येईल? प्लस 2t येईल ना आता, प्लस 2t, बिकॉज आफ्टर लॉंग टाइम्स आय एम इंटिग्रेटिंग. आय डोंट नो वेन आय लास्टली इंटिग्रेटेड. आणि इथे इंटिग्रेशनचा कॉन्स्टंट असतो आहे ना, कॉन्स्टंट ऑफ इंटिग्रेशन. काय नाव देतात त्याला? कॅपिटल सी और स्मॉल सी. काय तुमच्या आवडीचं नाव देऊ शकता, असं काय कंपल्शन नाही. ओके, फ्रॉम गिवन कंडिशन we can find now constant of integration t at value t is equal to 1. what was that theta? ते दिलंय आपल्याला वरती, as t is equal to 1, when म्हणायला पाहिजे होतं, बरोबर आहे ना? when आणि then असं म्हणतात ना, then theta is equal to 4 radian ना. as च्या ऐवजी काय म्हणतो? when t is equal to 1, when t is equal to 1, then this so shall I write 4 equal to 1 cube minus 1 square plus 2 into 1 plus c. From this c is equal, calculate करा. c is equal to किती मग याच्यावर?
2.
4 minus 1, minus 1 plus 1 will get cancelled. This will go equal to 2. याला काय म्हणायचं? c ला what we are going to call constant of integration. कॉन्स्टंट ऑफ इंटिग्रेशन. ओके. सो याला नाव देऊ का मी काहीतरी ए. फ्रॉम इक्वेशन 1, from equation I will say A. What will be theta? Theta is equal to t cube minus t square plus 2t plus 2. Let us say equation B.
तर ते
माहित झाले आपल्याला.
E3 येते ना.
काय म्हणतात?
T3/3 येते ना इंटिग्रेशन केल्यावर.
आपण इकडे 3 आहे ना ऑलरेडी. इकडे तुम्हाला ह्याचं इंटिग्रेशन कळालं नाही का? 3t स्क्वेअर असं येईल ना, ते असं येते वाटतं ते 3 असं येते ते. हे 3 आणि हे 3 कॅन्सल होते, म्हणून मी डायरेक्ट लिहितो. कोण विचारतोय? कोणाची शंका आहे? काशीद, प्रणिता,
मी होते सर. सॉरी.
कोण आहे? नाही असू द्या की. कोणा म्हणजे कोण विचारत? हे असं केलं मी, कॅन्सल केले, तुम्हाला माहिती म्हणून.
येस सर.
ओके ओके, आलं का लक्षात? नो
हा
इश्यू.
सर.
ओके, वन स्टेप I have skipped. No issue. That I have cancelled. That means whatever that 3 was there at denominator and this already 3 was there. No, that I have cancelled directly. That's why I have written directly. Okay. Next, what is next? Just check. आता काय करायचं आपल्याला? Angular displacement means theta. झालं की आता सोपं आहे. करता येईल. When फक्त आता व्हॅल्यू ठेवायच्यात, काय सुद्धा करायचं नाही. काय लिहिलंय मी? When t is equal to 0, sorry, t is equal to 3 म्हटलंय बघा. When t is equal to 3 seconds, what is theta? Very simple. Only we have to put value of t in above equation. So 3 cube minus 3 square plus 2 into 3 plus 2. Calculate, it will be in radian. 26 radian. 26 radian.
Yes sir.
Okay. Angular velocity. How we are going to find angular velocity? That also, or this, it will integrate this also. No issue then. Then we can use that directly. W is equal to given, or we can integrate this. ज्याला कोणाला समजत नाही ना, तेवढंच प्रॅक्टिस होईल तुमची इंटिग्रेशन डेरिव्हेटिव्ह. Once again, this equation येणार आहे आपलं. That only it will come. 3t square minus 2t. कॉन्स्टंट येणार ना तो. बघा बरं इंटिग्रेशन घेऊन. सॉरी, डेरिव्हेटिव्ह घेऊन. यस येतोय की तू. Therefore, किती येतंय बघा? 3 into 3 square minus 2 into 3 plus 2 equal to exact 23 radian per second का? Radian per second. Okay. Angular acceleration is also asked. Angular acceleration कसं लिहिणार आहोत? Alpha is equal to d omega upon dt. करा differentiation कुठे आहे ते इक्वेशन येत आहे. Means it will be 6t minus 2 and put value of this. T is equal to 3. 16. What is the unit? Understood? ओंकार लक्षात येते का नाही? नक्की किती मार्क पडले आहे तुला? तुम्ही सगळ्यांनी एकत्र सोडवला असेल ना? का नाही? नक्की. Have you understood this?
Yes, sir.
Angular motion. Only terms are simple. Only we have to compare. Nothing else. Only we have to go for comparison. Any problem? Very simple. So if you are able to compare the terms, it is very simple. Nothing else. Today, what is problem for attendance? Minister. Who's next lecture? Online. Those who are online, have you noted this? Hello?
Writing.
sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
great. Once it will be over, just tell me it is over. Then we will see what to do.
Written, sir. Done.
Okay, everyone has completed. Those who are online.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shall we go next? Just we will discuss. If sir will come, sir will continue. Otherwise, we will see what to do. Next one is projectile motion. This part is little interesting, we can say. Projectile motion is one of the part and last part of this chapter. But how it is projectile motion means what? Projectile motion means if suppose you are there on the ground. Are you with me? Those who are online. So
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
last part of this
Yes,
chapter
sir.
is projectile motion. So suppose you are on the ground and you have thrown something. तुम्ही इथं असं उभे आहात suppose आणि इथून काहीतरी तुम्ही टाकला असं इकडं. Suppose you have thrown a ball, it will come to the ground something like this. So this motion is called as projectile motion. There are certain different types of motion. We will see which are they. But before that, a projectile motion is a combination of vertical and horizontal motion. So you should remember this, huh? Because many more derivations are etc. there. We are not going for derivations. We will see directly problems. First, I will give introduction. What is that? So there are different terminologies in this. Once you are going to throw object with certain velocity, initial velocity. So there are certain problems on this. So first thing you have to remember, projectile motion is a combination of vertical motion and horizontal motion. Number one. because neither object is going to move vertically upward, neither it is horizontally. येते का लक्षात? एखादा जर तुम्ही बॉल थ्रो केला ग्राउंड मधून, इज इट गोइंग टू ट्रॅव्हल एक्झॅक्टली हॉरिझॉन्टल और व्हर्टिकल? होणारच नाही. At each moment it will have one horizontal and one vertical component. Forget about it. That we will see at each whatever it is given here. So in this way. So it is having again a certain terminology. So don't consider this. This one is first one, primary. The primary आहे. So you should not consider. So if there are certain terminology, for example, projectile. Have you heard of the word trajectory? Trajectory हा शब्द ऐकलाय का? What is trajectory? Trajectory or trajectory motion, we can say. What is trajectory? Means what? Once you are going to throw an object from here, you are going to throw whatever path taken or curvature path taken by the object is called as trajectory. It is the path of object, I will say. Simple word. Path of object. So, or we can say a path traced by the object once it is thrown into the air or into we can say in. Then projectile. Projectile कशाला म्हणायचं? Projectile. Certain terms I will say only. A projectile means the object which is thrown. It is called a projectile. काय टाकलंय? So now you know big war is going on. Mainly actually this projectile concept is used for launching a bomb etc. टार्गेट किती अंतरावर आहे आपण म्हणू शकतो का? Can we say we can launch a bomb? बॉम्ब काय थ्रो करायचं म्हणायचं का लॉन्च म्हणायचं? व्हॉट टू से? बारका असेल तर थ्रो आणि मोठा असेल तर बॉडी टू बी थ्रोन or body to be thrown, that is projectile. Trajectory, projectile, time of flight. Time of flight म्हणजे कशाला म्हणायचं? Time of flight. Time of flight. Yes. Once we are going to throw the object till it will reach to the ground level. Okay, so whatever time it will take, it is called as time of flight. Then many more terms are there. Maximum velocity. Sorry, not maximum velocity. Maximum height. At what height it will reach? So it is not there in this first type. So maximum height at which it will reach, it is called as, that height is known as maximum height. Then range. Range of flight, we can say. Certain terms are just I will take. Then next one is the range. It's a range. Yes, range of shall we say flight, or only we can say range. It is denoted by r. So what is that? Horizontal distance. Means suppose actually that diagram is something other. This is basic diagram. So we will see here. Actually this is the example of trajectory. If you are there at this point, an object is thrown something like this, it will reach to the ground. So here all the terms are indicated. So by making certain angle with the horizontal, that theta, initial angle we can say, with initial velocity, initial angle theta, which is made with the horizontal. Initial velocity is u. Here maximum height achieved is h. Then horizontal distance up to which object is going to reach, it is called as range, r, either capital R or small r, that it is called as r. So something like this. Actually this is the example of projectile motion. Subtype of that we are going to see first, that is projectile motion. It is what it is there actually in this object is thrown with making certain angle with horizontal, that is theta, with the initial velocity u. That is actually projectile motion. But what we are going to see first, that is here object is projected horizontally from certain height. म्हणजे तुम्ही बिल्डिंग वरती उभा आहेत असं समजा, horizontally throw केला object. So here it is not thrown inclined one, horizontally, that we are going to see. So many more terms. Initial velocity, angle with, here I will write that terms so that you can understand. At least you should know. Initial velocity may be u. Initial velocity. U काय sir? Shall I? Initial velocity, initial angle, maybe theta. Initial angle theta. So, like these terms are there. Once we are going to see, we will see maybe to, tomorrow's lecture. So again, here there are subtypes are there. Meanwhile, if you'll remember what it is there today, प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन म्हणजे नक्की काय आहे एवढं जरी आता कळालं तरी बाद झालं. म्हणजे काय करणार आहे आपण, ऑब्जेक्ट थ्रो करणार आहे, काही विचार न करता पुढे कोण आहे कोण नाही काय विचार करायचा, टाकून द्यायचा, किती लांब जातोय किती वरती जातोय किती टाइम मध्ये खाली येतोय याचा अभ्यास म्हणजे प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन. झालाय कुठे झालाय शुअर, मग काय घ्यायची गरज आहे, कधी सांगणार तुम्ही. इथे एक पॉइंट आहे प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन. Okay, with this we will stop. We will meet tomorrow. Thank you very much.